simple solutions for body healing and stress relief. For all my sisters, your body is the one home you will live in for life. It will follow you everywhere. It's finally time to take good care of yourself. I got back from the gym not that long ago, and I wanted to talk to you all about recovery and healing your body from exercise, stress on the body, prolonged sitting at work. Some of us sit for many hours of the day, or just overall the toxin buildup in our bodies. Ways in which we can recover from all the things I just mentioned and heal ourselves from all the things I've just mentioned. There are a few things that I want to talk about on effective ways to promote recovery and healing and reducing the stress on the body. So the first thing I want to talk about is prioritizing rest and sleep. I recently watched a video by Stephanie Perry and Dr. Robyn Scott on ways in which we should be incorporating proper sleep hygiene into our lives. Dr. Robyn Scott is a pharmacist and she runs her own sleep lab, and she was giving tips to all of the viewers and to Stephanie on different things we can do to incorporate better sleep habits, along with why it's important to start balancing our sleeping habits. And so one of the things that's standard across many disciplines, many studies, sleep, psychology, mental health, physical health, is that most of us need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day. We all sleep at different times, but as long as we can get that 7 to 9 hours of consecutive sleep, that is going to be the most helpful for us. And there are a few reasons why that, and they are science-backed. There's evidence that shows that, number one, it's important for our cognitive function, it's important for our memory and problem-solving skills, as well as clarity. The second thing that we know it's important for is for emotional regulation. Folks who tend not to get as much sleep or cannot afford to get as much sleep have shown to suffer from depression, anxiety, mood disorders more so than those who are able to balance their sleep. A third thing that is important with sleep is that it helps us repair our tissues. So growth hormone is highest in the second half of our sleep cycle. So whatever the time it is that you sleep at night, growth hormone bursts, we see bursts of growth hormone in the second part of our sleep. So if we're not getting the adequate sleep, or we never get into that deep sleep, then we're gonna be missing out on growth hormone. And a fourth thing that I wanted to talk about is weight regulation. So there was a 2019 article published in Women's Health that states that sleep duration is associated with weight outcomes and the impact of sleep on weight in midlife women. So women who are above 40, between the ages of 40 and 60, is something we need to pay more attention to. And even in the research, especially with fluctuating hormones and all the other life scenarios going on with work and family and things of that nature, all of these things can cause disruption in the sleep. So it's important that we start to fine tune and understand what it is that's impacting our sleep, but also trying to get as much quality sleep as we can. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is active recovery. So engaging in low intensity activities such as walking or planting or swimming on rest days after intense workouts are going to be beneficial for you. So active recovery helps increase blood flow to our muscles. It reduces stiffness and promotes relaxation. So sometimes when we are actively recovering, we make the mistake of probably sitting on the couch some more after we've already sat for some time, and we scroll on the phone or we watch TV. Every once in a while, these things are good, but these are not real forms of active recovery. Active recovery means some movement, but low intensity, nothing strenuous. So, once you've done your weight bearing, high intensity, cardio, whatever type of exercise you're doing, it's going to be important for you to recover from that, but not just go into a complete slump where you don't do anything. That's not going to be beneficial for recovering or being mobile. We also need to take into consideration stretching and mobility exercises. So it's going to be important for us to incorporate daily stretching into our lives. Stretching helps repair our tissues, and it also helps keep us mobile, agile, and our joints fluid. That's going to be so important as we age, because we know that as we age, there's just normal wear and tear in our body. That's a normal thing. And it's kind of slow for us to regenerate all of these cells that we once did when we were in our 20s and 30s. So some of the things you might consider are, If you get leg cramps from sitting for too long, try following one 10-minute stretching exercise in the morning and another 15-minute stretching exercise in the evening. There are a lot of videos out there that are follow-alongs that can help you get into the routine and habit of moving your body in a way that is helpful for you, especially when you wake up and before you go to bed. Another thing that's important is for us is to be careful about hunching over at our desk. So we all do it. I can't say we all. Some of you might have great posture, but it's going to be important for us to be cognizant of how we're sitting and how we're using our computers. So right now I have my computer in front of me and I'm kind of tending to lean in. You can't see it, but I'm tending to lean in just to get any notes that I can't see. But it's going to be important for us to open our chest out and push our shoulders back because, it's just this caving motion as we age, 40s, 50s, 60s. It's going to be really hard for us to open back up. So it's going to be important for us to be cognizant of not hunching when we're walking, when we're using the computer and things of that nature. I know there's straps and apparatuses that can help us open up our shoulders. I've tried it before. It wasn't very helpful. So now it's just left for me to kind of remember to sit straight and open up my shoulders. Now, when we talk about foam rolling and self-massage, this is something that I've just started to recently use, especially for my back, to get any kinks or tightness out of my back. So I've tried the foam rollers, I've tried the massage balls, but they do help with blood circulation and they do help accelerate recovery. So I would give that a try if you don't have any, back injuries, or if you're not recovering from any back injuries, and if you are, go see a physical therapist to assess, hopefully you have access to one to assess what's going on with you if you have back problems, because by not addressing it now, it's just going to become more difficult as you age to address certain injuries. And some of these injuries take time to heal. So focus on fixing whatever's broke and then start building healthy habits from there. It's going to be really important to do that. Now, when we talk about hydration and nutrition, staying hydrated through the day is necessary, and drinking water is going to be key, especially if you're doing high intensity, sweaty workouts, to remain very hydrated. That's something that I'm trying to get better at because I tend to not drink enough water, especially during the workouts where I'm exerting a lot of energy. So in addition to water, it's going to be important for us to focus on getting in as much protein as we can. And when I say as much protein, 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. And it's going to be in almost all cases, it's more geared towards the body weight that you're looking for. So if you are targeting 150 pounds, then you're going to try to get in 150 grams of protein. This is different for everybody, but that's kind of the standard. You also want to consider your healthy fats, your complex carbs, and a variety of fruits and vegetables to support recovery and replenish your nutrients. So always think about your low glycemic fruits and your lean greasy vegetables to be more specific. With protein, I have been trying to eat more protein in the morning, especially one of my training buddies had encouraged me to eat oatmeal packed with a lot of protein. So I'm currently working on incorporating that into my diet. And I'm trying to be diligent and consistent with that. So right now, on the days when I'm not fasting, on the days when I do train, for breakfast, I try to eat a half cup of oatmeal. So I weigh out a half a cup of dry oatmeal, and after I cook it, I am adding in hemp seeds, chia seeds, marine collagen, protein powder, almond butter, unsweetened vanilla almond milk, blueberries, raspberries, and honey. So far, so good, alhamdulillah. It's able to fill me up, and I'm able to get in the protein that I need in that particular meal. Now, there are also some hot and cold therapies that science, research and evidence have said to be beneficial. I haven't tried it yet because I don't have access to a cold bath, and where I go for my training, the sauna and the steam room are not available, so I've not been able to try any of these out just yet. The last thing on the list, I just wanted to encourage everyone to listen to your body. Some of us are better than others at doing this, listening to our body and recognizing the signals that are telling us something isn't right, or that we need to tweak something, or that we need to adjust something. So, and it all comes with time and experience and practice, right? So how are your workouts doing for you? Is the intensity okay? Is the duration okay? Is the frequency okay? Or do you need to rest and recover a little bit more because you are really pushing yourself to the limit? And then, is there something that you need to see a provider about? Is there something that's causing you to feel unwell and you are just brushing it under the rug? You know, we women tend to do that a lot. We tend to put everybody's needs above us, and then we are kind of dragging ourselves along until sometimes it's too late, you know, and for us. And so we need to get that annual physical. If you're above a certain age, get that mammogram. Please go see your OB-GYN for your annual well women's visit. Be diligent about your health and be diligent about making sure you're as optimal as you are, especially as you age. These are things that you're gonna need to focus on and need to fine tune and need to take seriously, because it may not get harder, it may get easier, but you do want to optimize to the best of your ability. You know, make sure you're out there doing what's best for you and as best as you can. So by incorporating these strategies into your routine, you can effectively recover from the stress on your body and maintain optimal health and well-being, especially as you enter into your 40s and beyond. And for you young ladies who are in your 20s and 30s who might be listening to this, start now. Start taking care of yourselves. That's just my encouragement to some of you young women. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're learning how to listen to your body and understand what your body's going through, because you may also be going through some hormonal fluctuations that aren't a part of the regular menstrual cycle. And, you know, you want to pay attention to that. So, as we learn about how we can best optimize and recover, I want to encourage you to check this out, because I think it's going to be helpful for a lot of you who are going through phases of overthinking, and you may not be able to get out of that phase, and you might need some encouragement and some help and some tips and ways in which to get over the hurdle of overthinking, so that you can find some real solutions, so that you're not always overthinking, so that you can move in a better direction for yourself and accomplish some of the targets that you want to accomplish. And I'm also going to provide a free health guide. I'm going to link the description below. So that's a free health guide for you to pick up. All you need to do is join the Pause and Prepare waiting list, and you can let me know what you think about the health guide. It's made with love, and I'm sharing it with you all. And yeah, I hope that everything here has been beneficial for you today. I thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.